It's crazy how much more productive I feel when my house is clean and when things are organized and when my house isn't cluttered. Okay, don't mind the french fries on my stove, but my house is pretty clean. I want to get rid of everything. When I move, like, I want a very not cluttered house because I feel like I can just breathe. I feel like I can think. Kind of match the furniture, Leo. Also, my fireplace is making this sound. I don't know how to fix it. I got these slippers from Uggs, the platform slippers. When I first got them, I thought they were way too small. I feel like I still could have sized up, but they're finally like fitting properly. A lot of people said they were difficult to walk in. I don't find them that difficult, and I love the platform. I'm not planning on leaving the house really, unless it's to stop by my house because I have to tell the electrician where I want my sconces put. But I've been getting ready, showering, getting ready, even if I'm not leaving my house, makes me a million times more productive. I'm gonna put some makeup on. I tried this new fake tanner. It's from Bella Mianta. It's the liquid gold. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'll ever be able to go back to using a mousse. It just applied so evenly, so quickly. The color is beautiful, so I'll leave a link down below. I feel like for a while everyone was like, loving tan, loving tan, loving tan. But now there's just so many good tanners on the market. Today I'm wearing the President watch, which is just one of my favorites. I have the opulent ring on in diamond, our pinky ring with an S on it, solid gold. This is a solid gold stackable band. And then these are my favorite earrings from CNC. I wear them all the time, these like rope earrings. And then these are solid gold studs. Let me know if you guys want me to post them. And then also my necklace, of course, is our diamond smiley necklace, which I just restocked. You could also wear it like up here, which is so cute. I've been absolutely loving this foundation. I have not loved a foundation this much in such a long time. It's the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I bought the Charlotte Tilbury new foundation, and you guys know I love Charlotte Tilbury, but that new tint and moisturizer was horrific. And I was seeing everyone online talk about it, being like, this is the best. It was awful. I wore it in my, like when I showed you guys my updated house tour, and you can see it's like melting off my face. So I'm gonna get ready, and then I'm gonna answer a few of your questions about building a house and all of that fun stuff. I asked you guys to ask me questions, so I thought I would answer them for you. I just finished doing my makeup. I did not feel like doing my hair today, so we threw it in a ponytail. I used to wear my hair like this all the time when I was in college. I feel like a floating egg, but I really just don't care enough to try to figure something better out. I'm gonna be sitting down and answering all of the juicy questions about my house build, how much it costs. Before we get into all the juicy questions, I just wanna thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. You guys know I've been using BetterHelp for months now, and I honestly attribute how happy and confident and sure of what I want in life, and I attribute all of that to BetterHelp because I genuinely use them. I have discovered so much about myself in these past few months that I kind of feel like for the past 2 years, like where would I be now if I had only started this sooner, you know? So here to let you guys know that if you are thinking about, you know, talking to someone or starting therapy, this is your sign to do it, because I never would have imagined I would be as happy as I am now, and I 100% attribute that to BetterHelp. In 2021, my main goal was to genuinely just figure out what made me happy by myself. I realized a lot of stuff, and I just want to continue doing that in 2022. If you have any mental health goals, one of the best ways to follow through with them is working with a licensed therapist. And with BetterHelp, you have access to their network of over 20,000 licensed therapists. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional therapy done securely online. When you're signing up for BetterHelp, they will assess your needs and they will match you with a licensed professional therapist. And if you've ever tried to, you know, find a therapist in your area, it can take weeks before you're actually matched with one. And BetterHelp, you're matched with a licensed therapist in as little as 48 hours. It's available for people worldwide, and you can log in at any time of the day and message your therapist, and you will get a timely response. And you can also schedule weekly or video phone sessions or video sessions, so you don't have to wait in uncomfortable waiting rooms. You don't even have to leave your house, which you guys know. I hate leaving my house. It's not a huge, time out of your day, and you make it work around your schedule. Also, I just want to stress how important it is to feel a connection with your therapist, feel comfortable talking to them, feel like they're a good match for you. So if you don't feel like that, BetterHelp will help you change to a new therapist until you find one that you feel a connection with. It's also way more affordable than traditional therapy, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp just really wants you guys to start living a happier life today. So I actually have a coupon code for you guys. You can go to betterhelp.com/Tony. That's BetterHelp, HELP/Tony, to get 10% off your first month. I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram a few weeks ago, so let's just dive right in. The first one is, what's the overall vibe you're going for? So I actually finally have a name for the vibe. I found it on TikTok actually. It's called transitional modern, so I really want it to feel homey. The issue with me is that I'll see one style of house and I'll be like, that's what I want, and then I'll see another style and be like, that's what I want, that's perfect, and I'll go back and forth. But what I've landed on is basically, modern features, modern elements, but still a lot of like natural wood tones, earthy tones, natural textures. I just want it to be light and fresh, but still feel homey and have a lot of natural wood elements. I've gone through many phases in my life. I've loved gray houses. Does building a house cost less than buying one? And is this common in Quebec? So I honestly never wanted to build a house. I just thought that was a nightmare. Especially because I'm a very impatient person, which I am working on. I just thought that building a house was not something that would necessarily be in the cards for me. And actually what prompted all of this was that the person who owned my condo came to me and was like, we need to sell this condo ASAP. They said, do you want to buy it? And I honestly had no plans of buying a condo, buying a house at that time. But it kind of put things into like overdrive, and I was like, well, maybe I'll buy this. And then I started looking at other options. I decided I definitely don't want to buy the condo I'm in now. And then I started looking at houses, and I was like, well, interest rates are low. So I started looking for houses for sale. The prices of houses still now, but at the beginning of the pandemic, were just absolutely insane. So I looked up houses being built in the area that I live in now, and I found the contractor who's building my house now, and I went to go see it. I obviously fell in love. I mean, it's a new house, everything is new, custom to you, you get to pick every little thing. I was like, building a house seems just like so much work, and it is. But the houses for sale, especially in the neighborhood I wanted to buy, was just crazy. I was looking at another house. It was an old house, maybe half the size of the house that I ended up building. And it was selling for more than what I paid to build my house. Yes, buying that house probably would have been easier. It was all newly renovated. In times where it wasn't COVID, the house would have been selling for easily $150,000 less than what it ended up selling for. There was no way for me to make money on that house. If anything, when I went to go sell it again, I'd be losing money on that house. I don't regret the choice. I do wish, it would have been nice to be moved in a while ago, but I know it will all be worth it in the end. And financially, it just makes the most sense. What color wall paint did you choose? I actually haven't picked a color yet. On the wall, the paint on my walls right now are strictly just primer. Before I actually move in, I'm gonna have someone come in and paint it. I think I'm gonna go with the color of my walls now, which are Simply White. I know they look really blue, but Simply White from Benjamin Moore is actually a very nice creamy white. Some sort of like creamy white color I want on all my walls. Did you put 10% or 20% down? I'm in the States, so I'm not sure if it's different for you. I put 20% down on my house. I don't know how it works everywhere, but I didn't really have an option, especially because I'm self-employed. I'm the only person on the name of this house. I don't have a co-signer. I'm not buying this with like my husband or, a partner. So I had to put down 20%. I didn't really have an option. Is everything being paid for via mortgage loan, or are you putting in more money? So like I said, I'm putting down 20% and then the rest is being mortgaged. I would never buy a property outright. Everyone, I feel like, wants to pay off a mortgage and have no mortgage. But instead of taking that money and paying your mortgage, you know, because you don't want to pay the interest rate of 3%, let's say. Instead of doing that, you can take the money that, let's say, you would have paid off your house with, and instead invest it in something that has a higher rate of return of, let's say, 6%, 8%, even 1% more is worth it than your interest rate on your mortgage. And you will make money. You will make so much more money than the money that you spent on interest on your mortgage. How many bedrooms and baths? It has 3 bedrooms upstairs. I could, in the basement, make extra bedrooms, but 3 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bathrooms upstairs. What is the most stressful part of building a house? The most stressful part definitely was just the delays. And I don't think it would necessarily be this stressful if I wasn't building a house in a pandemic, because my cousin built a house and it went so smoothly for her. And I think it honestly, the supply chain issues, the supply shortages, the labor shortages. Did you initially buy your house with your ex? So no, I never ever bought a house with my ex. That was a point of contention in our relationship. I don't think I ever want to buy a house with another person unless I'm like married to them. You are legally bound, you know, technically to this person through the form of a house. Unless I 100% knew I wanted to spend my life with someone, and even at that, you never really know what's gonna happen. Unless I was like married or I had kids with that person, there was no chance in hell I was getting a house with another person. Like, I don't even know if I ever want to do that. Like, my sister and her boyfriend have been together for 10 years. They bought a house together. They know, like, they wanted to live together. They're like, you know, I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel like, oh, 100% this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. I didn't feel it. Any special areas or rooms you're excited for the most? I'm excited for the living room. I have so many ideas. I want to do built-ins. I'm also really excited for my pantry. I'm gonna focus on the main floor before I go into like the upstairs. Should we go with the builder's upgrades or hire a contractor ourselves after the house is done? I would definitely recommend hiring it after, unless it's something you can't really do after. So for example, I had to go with the builder upgrades for like central air conditioning. You'd think that's something that they would like automatically put in the house, but if you want central AC and central heating, that's an extra. Certain upgrades on the house I couldn't put after. So I upgraded the doors to be like really high doors. My kitchen, I upgraded my kitchen because I didn't like any of the kitchens that they had to offer. So I could either get a kitchen included in the price, after have to rip everything out, put a whole new kitchen in, when the builder upgrade was only a little bit more. So with certain things, you really have to weigh it out. They offered painting the house for a crazy amount, and I was like, absolutely not. I'll get my own painter or I'll paint the house myself. I would definitely shop around for prices and compare them. And also, if it's things that you can't do after the house is done, then I would opt to get it done with the builder. Biggest question is how much the house costs. And I don't know, I don't mind talking about it. So in total, the house, you have the base price and then you have tax. Your tax on it. Tax in Quebec is 15%. It's fucking nuts, but anyways. So in total, the house was $599. You could probably look it up online. So that's what I paid for the house. How long has the process taken from start to finish? I signed the contract in November and it's obviously now January. Just over a year it's taken. But it was supposed to take under a year. It was supposed to be ready in September. So it's taking a little bit longer than I thought. A brand you recommend for flatware. I got it for Christmas, but it's from Wayfair and it's this one right here and I love it. I 100% recommend it. There's so much included for the price and I think it was on sale from like $600 to $200. So I will leave it linked down below. I'm very excited. And then all of my glasses and plates and everything I got from CB2. They were also having a sale and the price is pretty good for the quality. They're very like sturdy and substantial. Tips on appliance shopping. Oh my gosh, appliance shopping I think was the most stressful part of this whole thing. Not only because there's so many options, but people don't go on and be like, this fridge is great. I love my fridge. My fridge has been wonderful for me. People only go on and talk about the fridge when they have something bad to say about it. I would steer clear from Samsung. I've just heard so many people talk badly about Samsung. I personally went with KitchenAid because they were having a deal. I think I got like $600 or $700 off if I bought KitchenAid appliances. So I went with KitchenAid. Also, everything is back ordered. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have a fridge until March or April. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but everything is back ordered. What is worth spending money to upgrade and what isn't? Again, I would really recommend looking, like getting a price list, because they will give you a price list, and looking elsewhere to see is it cheaper. So for the faucets in the bathroom, I think they wanted to charge like $2 or $3 grand to change the faucets to matte black. That's crazy. Faucets are not that expensive. Or like, I remember they wanted me to pay $1,000 for a pull-out garbage. I'm not paying that. I'd rather just get an insert and have a pull-out garbage that costs 50 bucks. Like, I'm not paying $1,000 for a pull-out garbage. So certain things are worth it, certain things aren't, but definitely do your research. Are you gonna add wall paneling to your walls? 100%. I'm so excited to add wall paneling and wall like details. I feel like wall paneling is one thing that really takes your house and makes it look so expensive and bougie. Of course, I'm gonna try to do it myself. It's probably gonna end in a disaster, but I'm gonna do it myself. Does living alone make you nervous? No, I do live alone now. Living in a house though, alone, is very different than living in an apartment, but I already have it all set up for cameras and a crazy alarm system. So I already have that all set up to go in. And so I think honestly, no. And if anything, I'll just get like a huge Rottweiler. I always had Rottweilers growing up, but I never felt scared being alone. Are you buying from a builder or are you hiring your own contractor? So I bought it from a builder. Maybe one day I'll build a house from scratch and design everything, but that just seems like so much work. That seems like so much work. So I did buy it from the builder, so the land and the house and everything is included in the price that I paid. Honestly, I went with this builder because the options they offered me were exactly what I wanted to do in my house, from the floor color to the tile to the, you know, everything they offered, I wanted in my house. So it just like honestly all came together and it all aligned, and I feel like it fit perfectly, and that's why I decided to go with this builder. When I walked into the model home, I was like, this will be my home. So I think that's it for the Q&A. I hope I answered your guys' questions. If you want to see what I bought for my house and where I'm shopping for it, make sure you check out the other video I posted. Thank you BetterHelp for sponsoring this video once again. Make sure to check them out down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys back here next time.